Well, I hope so. I mean, we hope it works out. Look, I spoke with Angela. I spoke with Angela. They're going to start a process of opening, very much like we are. We are too. I spoke with numerous governors. They're doing it also. Areas that have been, where number one, they've done a good job, and where they don't have much of a problem. Germany's starting the process also, yes, and I'm very happy about that. Some places in Europe, as you know, can't start the process for a while. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, I have two Nevada questions. First one, the mayor of Las Vegas thinks it's total insanity for business to be shut down in Nevada, which the governor Sisolak ordered. Who's right?
Well, they shut one of my hotels down too. Okay, so you know, I'm not involved in that. I could be if I wanted to. I just chose not to be. By the way, just so you know, I could be if I wanted to, but I chose not. But they closed a very big hotel that I have in Nevada down in Las Vegas. It's a very severe step he took. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But you know, you could call that one either way. I know the mayor's very upset with it. Some owners are very upset with it. Some of the developers out there are very upset. Others, they say, "Hey, we've got to get rid of it." I can see both sides of that.
One other question. I asked you recently about an SBA rule that said that paycheck protection money could not go to small casinos. You said you'd look into it, and clearly something happened.
They are looking into it right now because they do have, you know, they have small casinos that don't have too many people, and they are looking, and they're going to make a ruling, I understand, next week.
They already did make a ruling, and they changed it from small casinos that make more than a third of their income couldn't qualify to half.
I know, but they're looking at that. They're continuing to look at that. It's a big topic. There's a lot of people involved. Let's give it a shot.
Governor Cuomo, as you played in that clip, has indeed praised a lot of what the federal government has done, but he...
Excuse me. He didn't say a lot. He said we did a phenomenal job. He didn't say a lot. He didn't say you did a good job on ventilators, but nothing else. No, he said we did a phenomenal job. So report accurately, because you are one of the most inaccurate reporters. Go ahead.
He said is that, and along with a bunch of Republican governors who've said what they need, though, is a national strategy when it comes to testing. Because on supply, they say that they're competing against one another.
They said the same thing with ventilators, and now we have so many that we're going to be able to send them and help other countries that are in need. We're doing great on testing, and we are actually using the act, as you know, on a certain company.
But what about on the reagents? They say that that's something that they can't get.
We're in great shape. It's so easy to get that. Reagents and swabs are so easy to get. When you have to build a very expensive piece of machinery controlled by computers, that's a different thing. And no, we'll have, everything's going to be in very good shape very soon. We're going to be in very good shape very soon. Yeah, please go ahead.
Just the latest stimulus package, will that have funding for states and local governments?
Well, I don't want to comment on it, but we will be saving that for another time.
Will you be willing to...
And by the way, some states and local governments need it. I'm the first one to admit that. We're going to be saving that for another little bit of a later date. Will probably be our next negotiation. But they do, I'm in favor of it, I will say. And I told the Republicans today, I think a great talk with Republican senators today, and all of them, I think, just about all of them, and conference call. And we are going to be, that'll be a very big topic over the next couple of weeks. It's very important.
Administration doing to make sure that, you know, the hotel chains and hedge funds...
Well, that's another one, yeah, no, that's another one. You have hotels that are big, massive buildings that are under-levered, but if you have no income at all coming out, no income at all, these hotels they go from under-levered to, they have to be closed down. It's a terrible thing. I don't know that they're working on that specific problem, but it's a problem they should be talking about. I mean, you have people that own a hotel where they go from having a very successful hotel with, you know, many employees, thousands of people, to all of a sudden closing it down. I read where my wonderful place in Florida, in Miami, Doral, they had to let a lot of the employees go because it's essentially closed. You can't use it. You can't have the restaurants. You can't have it. So, you know, you have to close it down. That's an example. Many hotels are closing down throughout the country, and hopefully they're going to be able to open up relatively quickly.
Specifically for small businesses, would the administration...
Well, it depends how the hotel is considered. You know, is it owned by a big chain? But even if it's owned by a big chain, that's devastating. If they have 200 hotels in the country, and they're closed. And it's not only in the country. Remember this. This is all over the world. You know, they could have 2,000 hotels that are in other countries. They're also closing. We're in better shape than most when you think about it. So I think we're going to be looking at it. I think it's a very big problem, and it's a lot of people employed. Yeah, here we go.
More than 22 million Americans are currently unemployed as a result of this. Today we hit the grim milestone of more than 40,000 Americans now having died from the coronavirus. Can you explain then why you come out here and you are reading clips and showing clips of praise for you and for your administration? Is this really the time for self-congratulations?
Well, I will tell you this. What I'm doing is I'm standing up for the men and women that have done such an incredible job. Not for me, for the men and women, admirals, vice president, if I might, but all of the men and women, thousands, tens of thousands of them that built hospitals in New York and New Jersey and all over this country in record time, that throw up 1,000 beds in 4 days. I'm sticking up for those people. Those people have been incredible. I'm also sticking up for doctors and nurses and military doctors and nurses.
And what you read earlier was praising you and your administration.
All I played today was Governor Cuomo
to do that, sir.
saying very positive things about the job the federal government has done. And those people,
40,000 Americans have now died.
And those people have been just absolutely excoriated by some of the fake news, like you, your CNN, your fake news. And let me just tell you, they were excoriated by people like you that don't know any better, because you don't have the brains you were born with. You should be praising the people that have done a good job, not doing what you do. Even that question. So just so you understand, if we didn't do a job...
Why now? Not why are you doing it?
I'll tell you why now. Are you ready? Because these people are right now in hospitals. It's dangerous. It's going to a battlefield. And I want these people, I want you in the... It's all about that. It's not about me. No, nothing's about me. Look, you're never going to treat me fairly, many of you. And I understand that. I don't even know. I got here with the worst, most unfair press treatment, they say, in the history of the United States for a president. They did say Abraham Lincoln had very bad treatment, too. Let me just tell you.
It has your name in it. It talks about Trump remaking the playbook.
Well, that's a positive thing, because that's an exercise in how to do it and what to do. And that's good for the future. People can learn from that. But I want the men and women of this country that are in danger, the admirals and the generals that have done a job like they've never done before. They're in war. We're in war. You know, I call it the invisible enemy. That's a war, and it's a dangerous war. We're also at a level, when you said 40,000 people, and you're right, almost 40,000 people. And what, how, more than, okay, good, correct me. Good, well, I'm really glad you corrected me, Sam. But here's the story. Let me just tell you something. If we didn't do what we did, the 40,000 right now could be 1 million people. Could be 1 million people, not 40,000. It could be 1 million. We're tracking at much less than the lowest possible estimate. And that's a great tribute to a number of people and a number of things. One of the things that it's a tribute to is what's taken place in this country with the American people. Because they've gone inside, they've done it. They've done a job that nobody thought was possible. In fact, when they did the models, as they call them, nobody thought it was possible. They did models not based on this kind of success. I've seen New York streets, and I see it in the morning. I've watched all my life New York streets, and you can't even see the pavement. There's so many people. And you take a look this morning, you take a look, even on Friday morning, I looked at it, I saw it through a camera. There wasn't a person on Fifth Avenue, there wasn't a person on Madison Avenue. I've never seen anything like it, because people have really listened to instructions, and they've listened to what we've had to say, and the professionals, they've listened. And those people should really give them a lot of credit, including people like you, because you just don't have the sense to understand what's going on. Right. All right, yeah, please, go.